Very good morning to all of you. Myself, Dr. G. Karupswamy, Dean Research and Innovations, Sri Ishwar College of Engineering. On behalf of my college, Sri Ishwar College of Engineering, I welcome all the participants to this webinar series. This series, you can do it, are you ready? It's a highly successful series. Every day, thousands of participants watch our webinar. Today, we are conducting 13th webinar, and the title is Last Time, First Time Approach to Groom Your Knowledge and Skills. Last Time, First Time Approach to Groom Your Knowledge and Skills. It's a wonderful topic, highly relevant to the theme of the webinar series. You can do it, are you ready? In fact, last 4 months, we are at home under lockdown condition, and maybe our energy level, the interest, and the future, it all looks little bleak. To motivate you, we have an excellent trainer today. Excellent trainer, Dr. S. Bhaskar, Associate Professor, Kumaraguru College of Technology, Coimbatore. I welcome Dr. S. Bhaskar on behalf of our college, Sri Ishwar College of Engineering, and on behalf of all the participants of this webinar.
Thank you.
I know Dr. Bhaskar for the last 20 years. He is an excellent trainer, excellent motivator, highly inspiring personality. Next 1 hour, definitely, there is going to be a paradigm shift in your thinking after you listen to his webinar. Bhaskar is a dedicated academician. He has 3 decades of experience, and his expertise is there in various fields: teaching learning methodology, placement activities, managerial concepts, accreditation, NAAC, NBA, outcome-based education. You can watch his YouTube videos. It is there. He has put so many videos related to OBE, outcome-based education, and online teaching. He is conducting various programs, in fact, about how to conduct online teaching. And he is a trainer. He has many certificates as a trainer. He is a certified master trainer, Intel Teach to the Future, IMA, All India Management Association certified trainer. He is conducting personality development program for the past 20 years. I think highly inspired students of Bhaskar are spread all over the world. Name any country, he has a student. And regularly, he is conducting development programs for educational institutions and industries. Mind-boggling. He has conducted more than 1,200 programs, one-day workshops so far. Such a inspiring personality is with us, and I welcome Dr. S. Bhaskar on behalf of all of you. So now I will leave the session for Dr. S. Bhaskar. Bhaskar, you can go. It's yours now. Thank you for presentation.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Karupswamy. Before I go into the program, see, the day on which this particular program is conducted is an auspicious day, because all of you have come to learn, and all of you have taken steps to take part in some developmental activity. Come, we can do it. That is the theme. In a different way, you are supposed to think. Now, before I start the program, let us give a wish to Dr. Karupswamy. And please put it in the chat, because today it is no ordinary day. And I know Karupswamy for decades. And Karupswamy, see, I know so many people who have become principals, who have become academic heads and things like that. But according to me, the top 2 people whom I know who have shifted from teaching into administration and who have done their work very ethically, 2 people. One of it is Dr. G. Karupswamy. And the second one I would like to mention is Dr. Gunasegaran. Other people, I can't put them in par with these 2 people. And very ethical, very nice people. And it's a great honor for me to be invited by Dr. Karupsamy to conduct this particular program, and especially please put it in the chat box, wishes for him because it is his birthday.
Oh, thank you, Bhaskar. I wanted to keep it secret.
You cannot remain as a secret, okay? Really, wishing you a very happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I will remember this day throughout my life because I thought I will conduct this session as a gift to one of my best friends.
Thank you very much.
I think all of you, I request, because finding great people is very, very difficult. I join my two hands and pray God that Karupsamy should do well in whatever he is going to be involved in. Wish you all the best, Professor.
Thank you. So, thank you. You can go ahead with your session. Thank you very much.
Yes. Now, see, I have a PowerPoint presentation. I will show you the PowerPoint presentation, and all those things are there. Please be ready with your questions. And this is a program. You see, last time, first time approach. You see, I've kept the title in such a manner so that people will be thinking, what is this last time, first time approach? There might be people who know about it also, but many people will think, because, see, Bob Proctor, one of the greatest thought experts, has said, there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made. A thought translated into action only becomes reality. Therefore, we should first think, and if our thinking is clear, and if we put our thinking into action, then something will materialize. Therefore, we have to become thinking stuffs. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made. A thought translated into action only becomes reality. Whoever is attending this particular program, if it is a professor, a teacher, a student, please record it. If you are going to be here, by the time you are going to go out of this particular program, I bet you will start thinking, and that thinking will generate a lot of productive work for you. According to me, nothing has changed in this particular world. Situations change and it keeps on moving. But are we regularly doing certain things so that we are going to become fit both physically, mentally, and psychologically? That is spiritually. Unless we are going to be physically fit, mentally fit, that is psychologically fit, and spiritually fit, the combination triangle, which is called as the success triangle, does not work. One thing missing also, it does not work. And today, you see, I am also having my own YouTube channel. It is called as Trainer Bhaskar. Trainer, Bhaskar, Trainer Bhaskar. I was traveling throughout India, giving a lot of training programs for educational institutions. But now I am doing it online. But everything is already there on the YouTube channel. Step by step, in full detail, I have put it. Please go through it. There, very clearly, it has been put into a record that knowledge, skill, and attitude. You see, we are talking about outcome-based education today, as though outcome-based education is happening only today. See, when I did my BE degree program, when I completed in 1980s, no outcome-based education word was there, but it was outcome-based education. Even today, there are teachers who are doing it without anything of these things. But it is a worldwide system, that's all. And take the success triangle: physically fit, psychologically fit, and spiritually fit. That is what they are telling. Physically fit means skill-wise you are supposed to be fit. Psychologically fit, knowledge-wise you are supposed to be fit. Spiritually fit means attitude-wise you are supposed to be fit. The same thing when it is being documented and when it is being made as a system, and when all associations come together and say that it has to be followed throughout the world, then it becomes a great word, outcome-based education. It is nothing new according to me. It is not only according to me, the reality is outcome-based education is already existing in the world. Only thing is now it has been made systematic and people are talking too much about it without actually getting into it. Everything is on the periphery. Please don't keep waiting. I usually tell, in Dasavataram movie, Kamala Hassan movie, last scene one is there, one dialogue is there. So do you mean that outcome-based education is there? For that, Kamala Hassan has told. So Kamala Hassan is being asked a question by his lover. So do you agree that God is there? A very classical answer has been given. He says, I am not saying that God is not there. I am only saying that if God is there, it will be good. Similarly, I am not saying that outcome-based education is not there in India. I am only saying that if it is there, it will be good. I hope you understand. There is no point in doing anything on the periphery. Now, are we going to wait for some institution and for the government and things like that? And finally, if it happens, it is okay. If it does not happen, many times that is what is happening. If it does not happen, then we are going to be the people who are going to face all those tough things because we have not learned certain things properly. That is where the concept of last time, first time comes in. But before I'm going to tell what that last time, first time is, it is very simple, down to earth, and it can be practiced, and it has to be practiced on a daily basis. You see, what you practice on a daily basis, even imperfectly practiced, will give far better results than what you practice on a mega basis, maybe for hours together, but the frequency of practice is very, very far away. Today I practice for 5 hours, then 1 month later I practice for another 5 hours. It won't give results. I practice for, let us say, 5 minutes today, tomorrow 5 minutes, day after tomorrow 5 minutes. That will give far better results than just saying that I am practicing in big slots for infrequent number of times. That is not going to work. See, if we really want to succeed, and success is so simple, knowledge wise we have to be good, skill wise we have to be good, behavior and attitude wise we are supposed to be good, and this last time, first time approach is going to be one of the game changing concepts, because many people have practiced it and they have really realized the importance of that. And I practice this last time, first time approach in depth, and I am just telling openly, my students are practicing, many of the people. You cannot compel anyone to do it. You have to take a decision by your own. For example, if you take revised Bloom's taxonomy in outcome-based education, knowledge is divided into 6 levels. We know that knowledge is divided into 6 levels. Remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, create. You take what is creativity, you have to bring into existence something which is valuable. That is what is creativity scientifically. Spiritually, creativity is doing whatsoever you do with utmost joy. When you are going to do something with utmost happiness, then they say that it is creative. See, there's a speech which is very famous by Osho. It very clearly tells, you can sweep the floor very creatively. You can sing a song without creativity. So creativity is the quality you bring into the activity. Activity by itself is neither creative nor uncreative. You can clean the floor very creatively, and he points out a person who is cleaning the floor, and he tells, just to see by the way that person is cleaning the floor, it is as though that person is doing an invisible painting on the floor. That is what, if you do something with the joy, automatically whatever you do will give very great results spiritually. And that great results, scientifically what it is, it will create something of value. So spirituality and science, everything is totally interconnected. And remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, create. At what level, especially you take people who are very successful, or take students who are in India, or a teacher who is in India, you take any person who is in India, what are they being trained for? I know most of the schools are training students for remember level. Why? Because they will remember, they will reproduce, they will get a grade, and that grade is the entry for some college. And after that, that person is being trained for 14 years from LKG, UKG, first standard till 12th standard, and suddenly, if you ask that person to even go to the understand level, where understand means remember means what? The capability of a person to exactly repeat what is already existing in a published material. Understand means you have to tell it in your own words without information loss. That itself people are not able to do. Then where comes the question of applying? You learned something, you have to apply it. You have to use it in a new situation. Analyze if something goes wrong in one place, what happens in another place. Like that, creativity means it is the highest level. You see, knowledge-wise, what are you doing in order to really go to the topmost level, that is create level. I'm not saying remembering is not required, step by step only you have to go. Each topic, each and every person who is learning or who is teaching, they should actually conceptually understand it and experience it at creative level, starting from understand level, starting from remember level. Now we'll just go to the next skill. See, I've seen in India, outcome-based education is being implemented. See, there's a requirement that course outcomes are to be written for each and every course. When they write course outcomes for a skill-based course, for a laboratory course, there's a knowledge component and maximum things are related to skill. Everything is written only in knowledge level. There is no skill level incorporated at all. And how many skill levels are there, at least scientifically speaking? Most of the people have not taken initiative even to get to knowing what are the skill levels. See, actually an outcome-based education question paper, if it has to be set, there are minimum certain components which it has to cover. First, the course outcome, let us say course outcome 3. Then the knowledge level, let us say knowledge level 4. I'm giving an example. Then let us say skill level, 5 skill levels are there. For that question, you are expecting skill level 3 means S3. And attitude level, if you are expecting A5, attitude level 5, A5. Therefore, course outcome, knowledge level, skill level, attitude level. Now, in 2022-23, the government of India, AICTE and UGC has made accreditation mandatory. Certain percentage of courses should be accredited and it is mandatory, and only then the affiliating university, maybe it will give affiliation, or All India Council for Technical Education might take a stand not to recognize these particular courses and things like that. Now everyone wants to get into accreditation. Please don't think of accreditation, think of implementing concepts, think of doing good things. All those things put together as a system, it will stand for accreditation. Accreditation is not the objective. And if anyone works for accreditation, that is, according to me, it is not a good way of actually improving quality. Do quality work and use that quality work for accreditation. That is what it means. And that is what actually AICTE, UGC, Human Resource Development Ministry, everyone expects. But people simply take and fill the SAR report and things like that. Everyone keeps working on documents and nothing happens. Knowledge, skill, and attitude. What are the 5 levels of knowledge? See, a person who is going to do an experiment, or we should not even say he or she is doing an experiment. A skill-based course, a laboratory course. First level of skill is imitate. Second level of skill is manipulate. Imitate. I will just show you my PowerPoint presentation. Okay, now you can just note my email ID. I will just pass on this particular PowerPoint presentation to the organizers so that they will send it to you. I'll request them. See, educational approach needed for all times is a combination of knowledge, skills, and attitude. I call it as KSA. KSA at what level is needed and what level is existing. This is what we are discussing. See, we can keep blaming anyone. The blame game is not at all going to work. If you ask anyone, You did not do it. They did not do it. The system is not existing. The world is not accepting. Everyone talks about everything. Everyone except themselves. You see, in Tamil, there's a very clear statement. Tan kaiye tanak udavi. If you understand this, if you don't get it, then you will start taking the alternate path of getting it. That is what we are supposed to do. And knowledge levels, as I told you, remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, create is there. Everyone keeps using it. And skill level, when it comes, the first skill level is imitate. What is imitate? Someone observes something and does exactly according to what they observe. Now you just think and see what our students are doing in the laboratory. They observe what is being done by the teacher or by a lab assistant, and they exactly repeat what is being done. This is imitation. See, imitation jewelry, no one wants to purchase because they know that it looks like gold jewelry, but it is not exactly gold. Imitation, anything which is an imitation, it does not have that kind of a value. But to start learning, you have to go from this level only. So no level is inferior or superior here, but the topmost level is the requirement. What is manipulation? See, someone instructs you. They don't show how to do it, but they only tell this is how it has to be done. If the person has the capability to understand that instruction and do it, then it is said that the person has skill level to the extent of manipulation. Precision means a person is able to do whatever work is which is being given in a very quick, reliable, smooth, and very coordinated, accurate manner. Precision. Precision in instrumentation also means this only. That is, they will be able to repeat the same kind of activity, and whenever they repeat, the same result will come. And if that result is very close to the actual result which is required, then it is called as accuracy. So precision here includes accuracy also. What is articulation? Articulation in communication, what does it mean? Is a very good articulator means what? That person is able to use certain information in their own style. They are able to reach the masses, and that style is so beautiful. That is what is articulation. Here also, if a person is able to understand what has to be done, and they are going to use their own way of doing it, and if they are going to do it and show it, then they have the skill level at the level of articulation. And naturalization means it is just like this, automatically, unconsciously, if that situation arises, that skill also will arise and take care of the situation. I'll give a classical example. Anyone who is going to go in front of Bruce Lee, and if Bruce Lee was alive today, if you are going to raise your hand in front of him, he would have already released a kick because he did not plan for it. He has practiced and practiced and practiced, and that has become a way of life for him. Unconsciously, that skill will automatically happen. What level of skill today people are having? See, in many parts of India, they do not want their own locals in their own companies. They are saying that we want people from that region, this region, because either a skill or a knowledge or an attitude is concentrated in that particular region, or people are coming forward to work. Even if they do not know, they want to work. That is attitude. What kind of skill are we transferring to our, or making available to our students, to our faculty? I'll give another very good example. Today, everything is online. Teaching is online. You just take each and every educational institution. How many educational institutions have actually invested time and effort in training each and every faculty? You see, a lot of handholding is required. See, I am a teacher. I have 30 years of experience. There are things which are new for me. I will not be able to understand that easily. It will take a lot of time for me because I am also a normal person only. And if someone helps me, what I am going to learn in 10 hours, I will be able to learn in 1 hour. That is the essence of training. But everyone says that you should do your best online. How to do the best? We cannot keep experimenting. All our experimentation, if it works properly, it is okay. If it is not going to work properly, then the outcome which we are going to expect from the student will get affected. Therefore, the best strategy today is join hands with like-minded faculty. Join hands with like-minded faculty who are knowledgeable and start exchanging your views, get their views and groom yourself. This is the next best alternative which I would like to tell. For example, I am doing this. I have two very good professors who are very good friends. I would even mention their name. One person is Professor Karupsamy, not the Karupsamy who is an organizer here. This is another Karupsamy. He has his own YouTube channel, that is Teacher Karupsamy. You please go and visit his channel. 1 or 2 videos will be there. He is a person who has risen from scratches and now he has submitted his doctorate. An ITA person who does not have that kind of a knowledge in English, he decides to do, and he wakes up daily at 3 o'clock and he throughout for the past 20-25 years he is doing it, and now he has submitted his thesis. That is what I call as an achievement. Another person who is Professor Sriharan, a person who is really into exploring things. Someone explores, I join hands with him, I learn certain things. I only appreciate all those people for transferring whatever information they have. I also have gotten into the habit of doing the same thing. Skill can be developed only when you are going to really put your hands. As a mechanical engineer, if you really want to start your work, means go daily, go to the college and touch machines, get grease on your hands. If you are a computer person, go operate, try out things. If you are a textile person, go try out things. If you are a biotechnologist, go to the lab, experiment. Then that will become a habit. From imitation, manipulation, precision, articulation and naturalization will automatically happen. It is only a practice. But today, at what level are our faculty? What level are our students? And if our faculty are being trained, our students also will get benefited. And if we have to do the best for our students, then we have to be at the best with respect to our knowledge, skill and attitude, at least in the courses which we are handling. And today everything is online. We have to train our faculty, or the faculty has to train themselves in order to perform in front of a camera. That is what it means. Next, attitude. You see, this also is at 5 levels. If you have the willingness to receive information, then you are at A1 level, receiving. If you are having the capability or the attitude, willingness to receive and respond, then you are at the 2nd level, A2, responding. If you attach certain values to whatever you are telling, and based on that, if you are expressing your opinions, your attitude is at valuing level. If you are going to integrate new values into yourself and say that this is the first value I give the most importance, this is the second thing and so on, then you are at the A4 level. And acting consistently with the new value. Let us say you take a value and you make it the way in which you live your life, characterization. Don't we say that is the character of that particular person? That simply means that the actual senses, that becomes the way of life for that particular person. Now you just think and say, knowledge, skill and attitude. You see, knowledge, skill and attitude, all these 3 things put together only makes a person really vibrant. And now I'll stop sharing and I will come back. Now, dear friends, think and see, as a teacher, as a student, and if you are parents there, to your children, are you actually giving enough opportunity, or at least have you told them that there is some component like knowledge, there is some component like skill, and there is some component like attitude? And today in Hindu newspaper, somewhere in the middle, they have talked about this. Some professor or someone has talked about this. That is, today in this changing situation, knowledge, skill and attitude is required. No situation has to change according to me, irrespective of whatever the situation is. Knowledge, skill and attitude is required, and only this combination is going to put any person on track and that person can be on track and they will be able to do good work only if this is going to be taken really in the right sense and on a daily basis if they are going to work. And if you really want to improve your knowledge, skill, and attitude, what is the direction you are supposed to take? That is the last time, first time approach. See, any person's overall capability depends upon two things: exposure, expertise. What is your exposure? Are you a person, let us say if you are a teacher, are you a person who has always been only inside your organization? I'm not saying physically you have to go outside your organization. Are you interacting with people in other institutions? If you are a person working in an industry, are you a person who's only stuck to that industry, or are you interacting with people beyond your industry? All these things only gives you exposure. So today I know people, there are people who are actually in very good positions. They don't even go to the neighboring shop to have an experience of how it is going to be to go and purchase something. What kind of exposure they will have? They don't understand anything for that particular matter. Therefore, exposure is very essential. And exposure, what kind of exposure? Horizontal exposure. That is what is required. And what kind of expertise is required? Vertical expertise is required. Horizontal exposure, vertical expertise. What does it mean? Actually, I am a trainer, and each and every minute it will be an interaction section only. And this is only a 45-minute session followed by a maximum of 15 minutes discussion. And actually, it's a different kind of experience for me. But I'm very happily doing it because it's an opportunity for me to tell certain good things. Maybe even if 2 or 3 people are going to implement it, within 2-3 days, you will understand what I'm going to tell. How many people actually cook? Are you only a person who will consume, or do you go to the kitchen and cook? If you have not cooked, go. Help your mother, your sister, your better half, whosoever is cooking there, help. You will understand, yes, there is something there to learn. If something has to be painted in your home, take a painting brush, purchase paint and see, then only you will understand what is there in it. You see, this is what is horizontal exposure. You should know many things about many things. You should know about painting, you should know about plumbing, you should know about electricity, electrical maintenance, you should know how to prepare, let us say, a concrete mixture and do certain activity by your own. You should know how to drive a bicycle, how to drive a car, how to drive a two-wheeler, how to drive a heavy truck. You should know 1,001 things. You can keep on making the list. And opportunity is available terribly. Are you using that opportunity, putting your hands and trying out things? This is what it means. See, if you are able to answer this question daily, then, and if you are able to feel, yes, I have something to tell. They did something for the first time. Till that is the, when is the last time you did something for the first time? Tomorrow morning, if someone is going to ask, when is the last time you did something for the first time? In my entire life, yesterday I painted. Till then, I had not painted anything. Then you are on track. I have not opened a mixie which is having some problem. Always I used to take it to a service center, but this is the first time I opened. I know that I might make a mistake, but the greatest mistake people do is they don't try. They are only looking everything at from the point of cost, that is money. And money is not going to take care of everything. You have to take care of everything by yourself. And times are becoming more challenging and challenging. And if your confidence has to go up, then you have to put your hands. Don't keep calculating each and every time. If I make a mistake, how much it is going to cost? Make a mistake. 10 times you make a mistake, and from the 11th time, maybe you will save that amount of money. That is secondary, but that amount of confidence you would have saved. Any situation, you will be coming forward and you will be able to tackle it. When is the last time you did something for the first time? When is the last time you did something for the first time? You keep on doing that. When is the last time you read something about a topic? Every day you start reading about small things. What is grapevine? I asked certain people, grapevine is informal communication. There are people who might not know. I also did not know. But that is something which I wanted to understand. I went automatically knowledge-wise. When is the last time you did something for the first time? I read a book, Miracle Mornings Before 8 a.m. Miracle Mornings Before 8 a.m. is a book which I read. And if you really want miracles to happen in your life, what work you do before 8 a.m. only is going to contribute to that miracle. And it is already available. I only have to go read that book. I have not read that book till now in my entire life. If I take steps today, then tomorrow I can tell that when is the last time you, Bhaskar, you did something for the first time. Yesterday, with respect to knowledge, I did this. When is the last time for skills, Bhaskar, you did something for the first time? Yesterday, I did not do anything. Then I think that your skill level is stagnated, and what is yesterday's performance, today also it is continuing. It has not risen. Attitude-wise, have you refined your attitude? Have you practiced certain values? Have you repeatedly practiced certain values so that it has come to the stage of what? Characterization. That becomes your character. That is how it goes. See, what you practice only becomes your life. Practice makes permanent whatsoever you practice. Practice makes permanent whatsoever you practice. What does it mean? If you are going to practice good things, that becomes permanent. If you are going to practice unwanted things, that also is going to become permanent. When is the last time you did something for the first time you practice? That also will become permanent. You will not sleep before doing something like that. And if you want to really be a committed person, do you want to be a person who's involved or committed? See, professor from abroad came to my college and gave a wonderful definition, and it has gone in depth into my mind. Are you involved or are you committed? See, in making of a chicken egg sandwich, I'm sorry, it is a ham, that is pork sandwich, and a chicken sandwich, that is an egg sandwich. Pork sandwich and a egg sandwich. What is the difference? The chicken gives one egg and stands apart. The egg sandwich is ready. But for making a pork sandwich, the pig has to give its life. I'm not saying that people have to give their life. I'm only saying that that is the level of involvement which is involved. In making of a chicken, that is an egg sandwich, a chicken gives an egg and stands apart. Therefore, the chicken is said to be involved. In making of a pork sandwich, ham-based sandwich, then hamburger, what happens? The pig gives its life for making that particular hamburger. Therefore, the pig is said to be committed, and lot of commitment is required, my dear friends. If commitment is there on a daily basis, if you are going to use this formula, when is the last time I did something for the first time? When is the last time I did something for the first time? I am really very, very happy with respect to knowledge. 2 friends are helping me on a regular basis. When is the last time you did something for the first time? Skill-wise, I am doing a lot of things. Experiment with things. I have not done a painting on a bottle. I start painting on a bottle. I have to repair something, I do it. I have to experiment with something. I have to make a small jig of my own, jig and fixture for sharpening a tool. I make it. Why? People might think this is already available in the market. Why should I go and do all these things? It is not the cost which is important. I can go and purchase it and I can use it ready-made. But the exposure which I'm going to get, is very, very different. Horizontal exposure means knowledge-wise, skill-wise, attitude-wise, I will be putting my hand here, there, and things like that. Vertical expertise means I am a trainer and I am an outcome-based education, accreditation-related trainer, online teaching material preparation-related trainer, and many other topics. I am a YouTuber. My YouTube channel is Trainer Bhaskar. You go there. Even in cooking, I have a playlist. Many people ask me, Professor, you are doing cooking. See, that is my interest. And I would like to experiment all my knowledge, skill, and attitude. And that is how, you see, horizontal exposure has come. Vertical expertise means my vertical expertise is operations research, instrumentation, and training if you take, digital material preparation, and I use very simple techniques, outcome-based education leading to outcome-based accreditation, something which is mandated by National Board of Accreditation and NAC in India. This is what is my expertise. By doing all this horizontal exposure, when I talk about outcome-based education and things like that, I am able to do things much, much better. That is, your horizontal exposure will get expressed through your vertical expertise, and that adds value to your vertical expertise. That is what is the rule of the game. So what kind of exposure you are giving to yourself, and what kind of domain-specific expertise you are having, and for that, what kind of knowledge, skill, and attitude you are trying to gain on a regular basis, according to me, on a daily basis. That is going to tell what kind of service will be available for you, and what kind of confidence you will have, and what kind of commitment level you will be able to have, and how you will be able to stand for yourself in this particular world. Please don't blame anyone. All our institutions and things like that have given us enough opportunity. I belong to a college which is there for almost 4 decades now, very nearing 4 decades, Kumaraguru College of Technology in Coimbatore, in India. I'm really blessed. The 3 decades I have been in that particular college, all that I have learned is also because of the opportunity which was existing in the place I was there. Even if opportunity is not available in the place where you are there, search for opportunity, enough opportunity is there. There will be resistance many times from many corners, but for your growth, you should not become your resistance. That is what I can tell. I think time is coming close. In a nutshell, I would very clearly tell that please groom your knowledge, skill, and attitude. Don't restrict yourself to your domain-specific knowledge, skill, and attitude only. Your domain-specific knowledge, skill, and attitude is of prime importance. Equally important is your exposure, which is knowledge, skill, and attitude in other areas. Your horizontal exposure and vertical expertise is going to tell what kind of overall personality you are, and what kind of path you are going to take, and step after step you are going to go forward, and how you are going to live your life. Are you a person who's keeping on looking at how other people live their life, or are you looking at how you live your life? See, they say, just 2 days back in a discussion with one of my friends, I was told, sir, a great guru has told that you have to start isolating yourself and you have to live. Actually, all these gurus have said it in a different context. The content alone should not be taken. The context is you should isolate yourself, means you should see how you are able to realize your own individuality. Don't make another person's individuality as your individuality. Don't depend upon everything for some other person's decision. God has given everything. Only thing is you have to open that given gift. And really it is a wonderful day for me, because as I told, this particular program is a gift for first to my friend Dr. G. Karupasamy, who's a great personality. I'm blessed to know someone like him. and a gift to all those people who are attending this particular program. Please take this message to yourself, to your friends, to your family members, and give them enough room so that they can experiment and groom their horizontal exposure and vertical expertise, so that all that they know and experienced through their exposure will get expressed through their vertical expertise. I think this is where I would like to stop, because this is a program which is time-based. And I usually handle programs for minimum 1 day. Even online also I keep handling for a day. That is for 6 hours minimum. And the mode of handling is totally different. But I do not want to tell anything else. Thank you very much for all the organizers, and in particular Dr. G. Karupsamy, for the wonderful opportunity which has been given. And now I leave it to you. And if there are questions, I would like to answer it. And there are questions I will not be able to answer also. If I do not know the answer, I will tell I do not know.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Bhaskar. And I think the session was wonderful. In fact, I was wondering, what is this last time, first time? So you are expecting us to do something new every day, so that last time will be every day for us. Am I right, Bhaskar?
Yes, it need not be a great activity. It might be even a very small activity. You have not planted a sapling throughout your life, planted today. You have done something today. Like that it goes.
Okay.
And doing it, let us say, within 15-20 days, you will understand how your personality changes.
I know you are a so dedicated person towards academics. In fact, what is going on now is almost all IITs, they have declared that first semester is going to be completely online. And in fact, up to December, it is going to be online. So what's your suggestion to the teachers? You are so experienced in teaching, and especially online teaching. Entire semester, including teaching, learning, assessment, practical, experiments, all are going to be online. IIT has already declared, because they are autonomous body, they are independent of all government bodies in India, so they have already declared. Maybe same thing will happen to all of us also, all colleges. They may declare that it is going to be online. So to our knowledge, last 2 months we are doing online teaching. Probably teaching is okay, we can do online teaching. Even that one, analytical courses, we find it difficult to do online teaching. So assessment, practical experiments, can you put some light on this, so that I think it will benefit all the teachers who are online now? And most of them, they know you because you have been training them for the last 20 years, many colleges.
Yeah,
yes, Bhaskar.
But the only thing is, I do not know who is attending, but it is okay. It does not matter who is attending, the concept only matters. For example, see, on whether to have your legs or whether to have a Jaipur leg is the question. If you don't have a leg, it is better to have a Jaipur leg. And online teaching is also like that only. Face-to-face meeting Dr. Karupsamy and shaking hands and giving him a rose and saying that Karupsamy, wishing you a very happy birthday, and if I'm going to sing a song, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear friend, that is totally a different experience. But if I'm going to keep telling that, and if I'm going to tell, let that day come and I will go and meet him, means it will take one year opportunity is being missed. Therefore, online teaching is something like Jaipur leg only. We cannot equate it with the actual face-to-face teaching, but there is no other go. We have to do it. Therefore, we will do our best. We are teaching something on the board. You take a mathematics teacher. Mathematics teachers are the most hard-working people, because they are something always people who are stuck to the board. They keep on solving the problem. Now, how to solve the problem and show to the student? Everyone is telling you learn that software, this software. You type like here, this one. It will appear on the screen. Actually, we are not teaching anything. We are only demonstrating that I know typing, and if I type like this, it will come on the screen. We have to teach. How to teach means, you see, there's a document tripod. Document tripod is there, And if you use the document tripod, you can keep your mobile phone on a sheet of paper. Below a sheet of paper will be there. Whatever you write, automatically it will get recorded there. And how to solve a problem, you can record it and you can show it. If you want, I'll just share the screen and show you. I have solved one problem. Maybe the voice will not come now, it is okay, but I will share and show just for the sake of demo. Hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes, yes, yes. We are seeing your screen.
You see, it is so easy. Please don't complicate things. Only thing is, you have to think in simple terms. Now, this is the video which I have taken, especially for people who say that I cannot teach. In my home, how the problem is being solved. You first explain the problem. See, I have explained the problem there. I have taken the problem printout. You see, a document stand is there, that's all. You see, now I have solved the entire problem. You see, I have solved it. Step 3, step 4, I can solve it.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Now, similarly, you can do anything. You want to conduct a laboratory experiment, you do that experiment. You see, if the student does the experiment, it is good. Now the student is not going to come to the college. Laboratory facility is there. You do the experiment, show it to him. Then after that, you create a workbook, as the workbook which I showed now for solving that particular problem. Send it to the student. Give them different values. If you get this value, make the calculation. If you get this value, make the calculation. Let them look at how the experiment is being done using the facilities in your college. Don't show the facility of some other virtual setup. Then for whom are you giving advertisement? You are becoming the advertising agent for some other college. We are supposed to become the brand ambassadors of the college to which we belong to. I will never go and use the facility of any other college, not because I am looking at them in law. My prime duty is to be loyal to my institution. And therefore, take everything step by step. But how to take? You will say, sir, someone has trained you. Actually, I trained myself. How? With the 2 students. 2 students trained me. Okay, you have to catch hold of people. Otherwise, see, there are people. I am a trainer. I conduct training programs for how to use certain softwares for preparing such material. If it is a theory course, if it's a laboratory course, or if it's an analytical course, only these 3 things are going to be there. Very simple softwares are there without any kind of strain, no investment. Within 1,000 rupees investment, you can do everything. Everything is available. Only thing is you have to sit and learn. First 2 videos, it might take some time. From the 3rd video, you will be just doing it just like that. For handling today's class, today morning I will prepare the video. That is how it goes.
Very, very good, Bhaskar. Yeah, many have asked your phone number, email ID, YouTube channel name. So can you show that first page for 30 seconds?
Yeah, I will give you the PPT also. You can send it if possible.
Yeah, we will send the PPT of Dr. Bhaskar to all of you. But
I will show you the details.
Yeah, you can show that first slide where you have all the details.
Yes. So this is my mobile number. I don't have any other number, only this number I have. Then my email ID, trainerbhaskar@gmail.com. And my YouTube channel name is Trainer Bhaskar. So if you go there, my photo will appear. Touch my photo, you will get a number of listings, that is channel, playlist and things like that. Click on playlist, you will get all these playlists. Outcome-based education. Then this is for arts colleges. Learning outcome-based curricular framework, which has been made mandatory by UGC as of now. 2 videos I have put. Actually, I have prepared a number of other videos. Stage by stage, I will release. In outcome-based education, which is very useful for accreditation, for engineering colleges, videos. You just go through. If you have any kind of clarification, directly call me. If I don't pick up the call, put a message to me. This is my WhatsApp number also. But please specify who is calling. I will call back, or if I don't call back, you call me back again. I am a person who would like to be called instead of putting a mail and things like that. I put certain things on placement, and I put certain things on survival cooking. And the greatest part is I put something on cooking. In one day, 1,000 people see. I put something which is very essential, outcome-based education. Very slowly, only people see, and that is how the world goes. Very important things is being given last priority, and I don't put things halfway. Fully, whatever I know, whatever I am telling, I am putting it on the YouTube. Initially, my videos might have some noise because that is the stage when I was preparing. But later on, I purchased a mic out of experience only. I thought if you shout and speak itself, it will be clear. But that does not work like that. You require a mic. If anyone is interested in knowing how to start a YouTube channel, how to prepare videos, contact me. I will give all the best ideas possible. Hope all of you have noted.
Okay, next question. Mr. Satyanarayana Raju is asking, can you share some tips for horizontal growth?
Okay. For horizontal growth, as I assume that it's a professor. For horizontal growth, that is horizontal exposure. We have to make a list and see what are the things. See, as a teacher, I am a mechanical engineering person. I handle courses on, let us say, instrumentation, automatic control systems, and operations research. That is my vertical expertise. If I want to gain my vertical expertise, I will take a few more topics and study. Horizontal exposure means, let us say, you know very little about using Excel. Start taking steps to learning Excel. Excel on its own is not going to stand for you, but when you are going to use your vertical expertise, Excel also will help you. If you are not very good in, let us say, horizontal exposure, you are not very good in writing papers beyond your domain, start experimenting with it. Your horizontal exposure will grow. See, you can take anything for that particular matter.
Okay, next question.
In general terms, if you see, there are general things, there are domain-specific things. General means day-to-day things, carpentry, fitting, all those things. Specific things means, domain-specific means anything beyond your domain. If you are a mechanical person, anything beyond your domain, electrical, biotechnology, and things like that, that becomes horizontal exposure.
Excellent, Bhaskar. Next question is very similar. Which is better, horizontal or vertical?
Both the combination only works. If you are very good. See, yesterday's world belonged to people who had horizontal exposure. Today's world, until recently, it belonged to people who had vertical expertise. But from now and future belongs to those who have horizontal exposure and vertical expertise. If you really want to survive today, even for survival, horizontally you have to be strong, and vertically also you have to be great.
So both dimensions are required.
Yes.
Okay, and next question. Probably you have shown it in your slide, I think. What are the skill types?
What are the skill types? See, skill types, knowledge is divided into 5 levels. I'm going to put a video in this particular week for skills in my YouTube channel. That will be the 10th video under outcome-based education. See, skill, imitate. Imitate means what? Someone is doing something, you are able to do it looking at what is being done. First one is imitate. Second one is manipulate. Someone tells you to do. They don't show you how to do it. It tells you to do. You are able to understand the instruction given and you are able to do it. That is manipulate. The third one is precision. Because of doing certain things again and again, you are able to do it by your own in a very clear manner. That is precision. That is imitate, manipulate, precision. Fourth one is articulation, and fifth one is naturalization. Articulation means you develop your own style of doing it. And let us say there are people who handle classes only by singing. They take a guitar and they go to the class and they start doing it. Now I have started practicing that also. I want to handle certain training sessions by singing. How to do that? I am going to handle some training classes by singing. I have to practice. When is the last time you did something for the first time? Come on, practice. Then if you keep on doing it, one day, automatically people will be thinking that someone is going to come and give a lecture. They are going to come and speak, but they will come and sing. You will never leave the program. That is how it goes.
Okay. Well, the last question, I think a pure mechanical teacher, how to test an engine experiment in online mode, whether to send YouTube video or to conduct experiment and take a video and send it. So I think, yeah.
You see, this is the problem. If your student was there, the engine is there in front of the student, they will be able to do it. Virtual laboratories are there. It appears to be very good, but by the time you are going to learn all the options, the semester will be over. And you will be spending everything only for one experiment. It is not at all worth. You do it. Show it to the student. I am going to change these parameters. This is what happens. That is what happens. And demonstrate it. And after that, you can go in for a live discussion where you are going to ask the concept-based questions. And if the student is able to answer, you can assess them. If they are not able to answer, assess them accordingly. You see, in outcome-based education, there are two principles. First one, assessment leads to learning. If you are going to test people in the way in which you are to test, and if you are going to give the marks in a genuine, marks and grades in a genuine manner, the learner will automatically learn. If we are going to relax there, forget about the learner learning. Marks should not be given. It is not something which we are giving as alms. Second principle is, we should never talk about the input. We should never talk about the input quality of students. We have to guarantee the outcome. Accordingly, we have to use the teaching methodology. These are the two underlying principles of outcome-based education. Any more questions? Right. I think Professor Dr. Kalpa.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm online, Bhaskar. Okay. So I think with this, we come to the end of the session. And last 1 hour, I think you have inspired very close to 1,500 participants of this webinar. And I think webinar 13 is highly successful because of the fantastic presentation by Dr. Bhaskar. I think you should inspire people for many, many more years. And I can see the chat box. The comment given by them is excellent, very good, very nice. I want to attend session of Dr. Bhaskar. So this is the type of comment we are getting. So on behalf of Sri Ishwar College of Engineering and on behalf of all the participants, myself, Dr. J. Karupswamy, I thank you for your great presentation. Thank you, Bhaskar. Thanks for the presentation. Yes, Bhaskar, you can go ahead.
My thanks to Ishwar College of Engineering, Sri Ishwar College of Engineering, especially because we have been associated for a very long period of time. And the association is through Dr. J. Karupswamy, who is a very great friend of mine. Beyond all this program, I am blessed to see Karupswamy on the screen for such a long time, especially on his birthday. Really wonderful. And I thank the participants who have taken part. Dear friends, please go and implement. Implementation only is going to bring success. Information does not work. Implementation of the information only works. All the best.
Thank you, Bhaskar. Dear participants, yeah, go ahead.
People who are coordinating from behind the screen. I know Professor Mr. Basha is there, and another person, I think Shiv Kumar or someone.
Mohan Kumar.
thank you, both of you, for the wonderful coordination. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhaskar. Dear participants, tomorrow we have a session. It is Trends in IoT, Internet of Things. And it is going to be handled by Dr. Saravanan, professor from SSN College of Engineering, Chennai. I wish all of you attend that program also. Thank you very much. Thanks for attending the program. And here is the poster of the tomorrow's program. Yes, Basha. Thank you, Bhaskar. Thank you.
Thank you. I will leave. Thank you. Thank you.
இங்கேதான் அன்பு கிடைத்தது, பண்பு கிடைத்தது, நட்பு கிடைத்தது, கனவு கிடைத்தது நம் ஈஸ்வர் கல்லூரி. இங்கேதான் தெளிவு கிடைத்தது, அறிவு கிடைத்தது, அறமும் கிடைத்தது, அனைத்தும் கிடைத்தது நம் ஈஸ்வர் கல்லூரி. பசுமை வண்ணம் கொண்ட சூழலிலே மயில்கள் கொண்ட எம் கல்லூரியே, ஒற்றுமைக்கும் தேசிய கொடியும் இங்கே நம் ஈஸ்வர் கல்லூரியே. அக்கறை கொண்ட நிர்வாகம் அது எங்கள் உத்வேகம், ஆசிரியர்கள் எல்லோரும் வெற்றிகளின் அஸ்திவாரம். ஆதவன் இல்லாமல் விடியல் ஏது, பாதைகள் இல்லாமல் பயணம் ஏது, கேள்விகள் இல்லாமல் விடைகள் ஏது, ஈஸ்வர் கல்லூரி இல்லாமல் இன்பம் ஏது. கம்யூனிட்டி சென்டர், ஓப்பனர் தியேட்டர், அங்கே உலகம் கற்றுக்கொள்வோமே. நம் காலேஜின் பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் அது என்றும் சூப்பர், அங்கே வேலையும் பெற்றுக்கொள்வோமே. 4 ஆண்டுகளே என்றாலும் ஒரு குடும்பம் போல வாழ்ந்திடுவோம். 40 ஆண்டுகள் கடந்த பின்னும் நம் கல்லூரி நாட்களை போற்றிடுவோம். இந்த நிலையை நாங்கள் அடைந்தாலும், வாழ்வில் உயர பறந்தாலும், மறவோம் ஒரு நாளும் நாங்கள் ஈஸ்வரில் பயின்ற நாட்களை. ஈஸ்வர் கல்லூரி வாழ்க்கை கற்று தந்த பாடம், காலம் எல்லாம் கண்ணில் நிழலாடும். ஆதவன் இல்லாமல் விடியல்